Hello and welcome back to the board. I'm Gad Measure and this is WoWs Weekly. WoWs Weekly is the weekly news video in regards to World of Warships Legends. It's also a nice place where I can do some speculation, cover the news of the week past, potential news of the week future, and also some of the channel admin as well. So first off, let's start off with the smaller news, and that is that this week they have made the first wave of Azura Lane commanders available in crates this week only, alongside the second wave. So if there's any of the first wave commanders that you missed out on, whether that's Targo, Belfast, Nelson, Hood, Dunkirk, or Hipper, or the permanent camouflages for those ships, then they are available in store this week only. So pick them up while you still can if they interest you. Obviously, that does mean that this week is the last week of the second wave, so something to obviously bear in mind. It's also the last week of the Tokyo Express campaign. Whether that really tickles anyone's fancy, there is some commander associated things like promotion orders and stuff, which, well, they do tempt me, to be totally honest, I have to confess. But otherwise, like some people say, most of the stuff available is already available in game in one way or another. So it's really, you're just paying 1,250 balloons for a bit more, I guess you could say. So it may not be everyone's cup of tea. So, obviously, last week we did cover off some speculations in regards to what we thought might be coming. One of the things we mentioned was the Duke of York, which is interesting. However, this kind of brings us on to the slightly bigger news. We have had the Massachusetts tease. Now, the Massachusetts is a South Dakota class battleship, and well, we've already got one of those in the game, USS Alabama. So, what's really the difference between the Massachusetts and the Alabama? Well, the Massachusetts, she's very much more of a brawler. Her accuracy is a bit worse at long range. Her secondaries are a lot more accurate, therefore leading her into more mid-range to close-range combats. She does have obviously powerful armor-piercing shells, good main battery traverse speed, fast-firing long-range secondaries with good accuracy, excellent anti-aircraft suite, whether that's going to be any use, excellent torpedo reduction, good turning radius for a battleship, and apparently the repair party consumable may cool down quite quickly. However, the downsides are that she has poor main battery range and accuracy, exceptionally poor AP shell velocity, so might not be punching deep into a battleship. Maybe you are looking at low secondary armament penetration, though enough to damage destroyers and all superstructures. Extensively covered in 32mm plating, which makes her means that she can suffer from high explosive spam, and she has a citadel, which yeah, you can take quite a lot of damage from that when you show full broadside, but then not many battleships where you can show full broadside and not take a lot of damage, let's be totally honest. So that's one thing to obviously cover off. Another one is they have teased the armor viewer. That will probably be showing maybe once, twice, maybe in slow motion. And so the way that has been teased, obviously quite a lot of it is blurred out, but we can see that under a ship, between the overview and the stats, there's a new tab called Armor, which then allows you to see it. On the bottom right, there is obviously almost like a color chart, which explains what the colors mean in regards to thicknesses, and then you'll see that the ship is colored in with all sorts of different armor colors, I guess you could say, do represent the different thicknesses. The big question is, what are the other items blurred out? Is there a way to change views from exterior to the ship to just the citadel, or something along those lines? So obviously patch notes later today, so will be interesting to see that. I assume there will be a trailer. If the patch notes have been released, then they will be in a linked in a pinned post down below. If there is a trailer release, that'll be kind of top right now. maybe, and also will be on the end screen and probably linked in the pinned post as well, and probably down in the description. I might as well stick it everywhere I can, really. So that's the two big items in news. So what that means for Duke of York, not quite sure. Potentially she might be a premium ship, maybe she could be a global XP ship, but if she is a global XP ship, probably won't be seeing her until March. Interesting to see what's going to be going there. Obviously, the British bias does strike me as would be nice to have Duke of York as soon as possible. Well, that covers off the main items of game news. Obviously, patch notes coming soon. I'm really looking forward to those. So that'll take us on to the channel stuff. Well, channel-wise, just plod along as usual, I guess you could say. Obviously, tonight being a Thursday, and if the patch notes do come out, then we will be doing a review of the patch notes live stream. That's basically where I go through the patch notes live, and you guys can chip in with your own contributions, your own thoughts, etc., etc. And hopefully that should be a nice little back and forth that we can do. Tomorrow, being a Friday, will be the usual Friday live stream. Monday, the 21st of December, there is the potential for me to do a live stream doing a first look post patch. That is subject to what's going on and stuff, but that's potential. And now, obviously, I guess some of you may be questioning, will I be live streaming on Friday the 25th of December? Well, it might surprise you that I have decided against that. And in fact, I think what I will be doing is I will do a live stream on Saturday the 26th of December. So that's Boxing Day. So hopefully that makes up for some of it. Apart from that, the aim is to try and keep the content on the channel business as usual. I have taken some time to backlog a load of recordings just in case something happens, because I usually find myself falling ill over Christmas, so we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully I shall keep it business as usual. I'll keep up WoWs Weekly, I'll try and keep up Sea Trials and Admiralty reports, and so therefore that just leaves the live streams and the usual Let's Plays, reviews and etc. in between, as the potentially subject to change, I guess you could say. Well, that's everything from this week's WoWs Weekly. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. And if you are already a subscriber, I say thank you very much for your continued comments, contributions, and support. Down in the description will be the email address for the channel and the link to Patreon if you want to support the channel on Patreon. And hopefully should catch you later tonight. Until next time, I'm the Gavin Major, and back to the port.